welcome to Pleasure Sports. Today we're going to take a look at the new Oniell Heat Wetsuit. This is a 4.3mm wetsuit made by Oniell. You've got 4mm thick neoprene in the core, meaning the chest, the back, and the body. And you've got 3mm neoprene in the shoulders and the arms. You want the thinner neoprenes in the upper body because this is where you do a lot of your paddling and your stretching out. And you want a nice material to be used in the neoprene. And this particular one is the Ultraflex DS neoprene. It's one of the stretchiest neoprenes on the market, not only that Oniell makes, but also on the market. There are a lot of key features that make the Heat what it is. First thing I want to draw your attention to is the seam construction in this wetsuit. It was first glued together in the manufacturing process, all the seams, and then a blind stitch was applied to all the seams. Blind stitch means that it's a stitch that doesn't penetrate all the way through the neoprene. It only goes halfway through. And that prevents extra pinholes for water to actually seep into the suit, because we don't want that. The other thing that you're going to see, this is considered a fluid sealed seam, single fluid weld, is you'll also see it on the market. And that's this here material that you're seeing. It kind of looks like rubber, or liquid neoprene they call it. And they put that on the outside, so it's on top of the glued stitch, that's the glue seam that has the stitch, and then they do this on top of that. And what that actually does is it makes this suit a lot more watertight on the seams. A couple other great features I love in this suit that keep you warm. In the core, you have a shark skin material. You also have it on the back. This is wind resistant. Wind can't penetrate this. It's water repellent, so water drips right off. And we want to keep our core nice and toasty because our organs are there, and that's what actually pumps the blood out into our extremities. So it's really important to keep your core warm. In this wetsuit on the neck, you're going to see a glide skin and a roll neck. What that actually does for you is this glide skin creates a seal between your skin and the glide skin, so water doesn't flush rapidly into the suit. And the roll, meaning this two pieces of neoprene here, it'll actually roll. This rolling neoprene actually prevents rashing, so you're not rubbing up against a raw piece of neoprene here. So this is a nice extra feature that you're getting in the suit as well. The suit is anatomically cut, meaning they've engineered the suit to fit the body naturally, and what that benefit is to you is that you don't get as tired in a wetsuit that fits more contour to your body. You're not having to force the neoprene to wrap around you. It's already cut to naturally fit to your shape. Underneath the arm, you'll notice this huge panel of neoprene. You'll notice no stitching here. And this is a great benefit to you because here they're using a very high-end neoprene in the suit, and you're actually going to get to benefit from the stretchiness of material because they've actually placed the panel placement properly to maximize the stretch in this high-end neoprene. You've got a really gummy suit here with this neoprene that they're using. Again, I'm pulling on 3mm neoprene, and it's super gummy, so you can imagine that actually lets you get in and out of the suit a lot easier. And again, I think, for me, I don't get as fatigued in stretchy suits. Another thing I want to look at here in the thighs and in the groin area is a nice curved piece of neoprene. You'll see it there. This just makes it feel more natural in the suit. You don't have to feel like a pair of pants where things get bunched up. This is actually designed to give you space naturally for your body. In the knees, they have a material called crypto knee pads. I haven't been able to ruin my knee pads. They're fantastic still today. What I love about them is their durability, and I love the size as well. You'll look at the contour cut of the suit. We'll look more at that again. Anatomically cut suit to fit naturally to your body. And what that actually allows for you to do is to not have extra water pooling in the suit with you. Your body has to heat up the water inside the suit to keep your body warm. And if there's extra water, then that's extra energy your body has to expend just to heat up the water inside the suit to keep you warm. So you don't want any extra material or any extra pockets of water floating around your suit. So anatomically cut suits are great in helping prevent that. Down here in the lower leg, we have a nice key stash pocket. This is where you can actually hook your key in case you walk to a location, or you're maybe even going diving. Sometimes I wear my wetsuit diving. And I put my key here, stash it in, and I don't have to hide it on my car. So this is a nice feature to have as well. One of the things I love about the Heat is this strip of, with basically the same material they're using on the seams of the suit. It's another liquid stripping of neoprene. And what it does is every time you open the leg or the wrist of the suit. You want it to come back naturally over time. You can imagine with a lot of tugging and pulling, you're going to start to stretch your suit out. And what I love that they thought forward on is this little piece actually helps keep the gusset in the right shape for a longer period of time, and it also gives you a little extra connection with the skin and this liquid taping, so that water doesn't flush up into the suit. So that's really great too. Let's take a look at the back of the Heat. The Heat has an adjustable collar. I love this collar. It's incredible. You can really adjust if you have a bigger neck, smaller neck. You can wrap it further around. That again, the seal at the neck and the wrist and the ankles is important so that you don't have too much water coming into the suit. Again, you can see that glide skin roll neck from the inside. You can see that the seam on the interior chest has the liquid taping as well, and that's because you don't see any liquid taping in the front here. You see it on the other in the arms, but you're not seeing it here. So what they made sure that they did, and what I appreciate, is that when you actually put it on the inside, you protect my skin from rubbing against the threads and giving me a rash. So this actually gives me durability on the seam as well as protection from getting a rash. You'll look and see a red material laminated on the inside of those glide skin materials on the back that are here and on the front of the suit. This is actually called Oniell's Ultraflex Firewall. That's a great fancy way to say that this piece of material can help you retain the heat from your body in the suit. It's a thermal insulation. The way the material is made is that it wicks away water, so they call that hydrophobic. They call this material gumballistic, which means really gummy and stretchy, and it's heat retaining and it's really lightweight. So here we have a 4-3 wetsuit, and 4mm neoprene can be really thick and heavy. And what I love about this particular proprietary neoprene is that it's actually light, a lot lighter than traditional 4mm neoprenes. And again, this suit's constructed of 3 and 4mm neoprene. Take a look at the zipper. You've got a nice flap of maybe 1.5 thick piece of neoprene behind the zipper. Nobody wants to feel a zipper on their lumbar spine. The zipper is also backed and has a piece of neoprene on the front as well. So you have that on top of this. And again, all adding to the comfort of the wetsuit and not having the zipper rub against your spine. This zipper its name is Code Red Zipper, and it's one of the more watertight zippers in the industry, so we happen to love that. That's not common in all wetsuits. And we also have a stainless steel zipper here, which I love as well. So the zipper itself and the zipper teeth are actually a really high grade material as well. So it's really wonderful. So great zipper, great collar. Taking a look at the low back, there's no seams. This is actually great contour. When there's not a seam here, there's less opportunity for you to pull when your legs pull apart and make a seam split. So it's nice that they use one larger piece of neoprene here. This will let your wetsuit last a lot longer. This is considered a shorter zip, often called 3/4 zip. And that means the zipper is higher up to give you more natural flexibility, being able to have these materials stretch out again. Having a high-end piece of neoprene is great, but if you don't cut the panels properly, you don't actually get to benefit from them. And here they're cut really well, very strategically. You can see the natural contour in the low back and butt. I love seeing that here. You can just see, again, the engineered fit is right there in front of your eyes. The panels cut, you can see the natural bend in the knees. It's a beautiful wetsuit, and we highly recommend it. Again, lower legs, your calves. I can't say enough about this suit. One last thing I want to point your attention to is the wrist. It's double sewn. What that means is, like, again, I'm sitting here yanking on my wrist trying to put my hands in. You've got that little extra piece of liquid taping that I was talking about earlier, and you've also got this little bit extra sewn portion, and that again gives it more durability here as well, so the neoprene doesn't wear out. Great suit, well thought out, great value. It's a single weld, meaning the weld's on the outside, and we highly recommend it. This is the 4-3 Heat. If I missed anything on this suit, you can learn more about it on our site at PleasureSports.com.